Shyness. Shyness is the feeling of apprehension, lack of comfort, or awkwardness experienced when a person is in proximity to, approaching, or being approached by other people, especially in new situations or with unfamiliar people. It is found that fear is positively related to shyness, suggesting that fearful children are much more likely to develop into being shy as opposed to less fearful children. The initial causes of shyness vary. Scientists believe they have located genetic data supporting the hypothesis that shyness is at least partially genetic. In one study, parents completed measures of current and general affect states, a 3-trial circle drawing task that measured motivational behaviors, and 6 personality scales that investigated traits related to shyness, i.e., degree of extroversion, sociality, and avoidance. In addition, the parents also had an electroencephalographic EEG recording cap and electroallogram electrodes fastened to them for the purpose of measuring physiological responses to anxiousness. The authors concluded that parents of inhibited children tended to display higher levels of anxiety. This parental anxiety was positively correlated with behavioral inhibition of the children in the study, suggesting a biological influence of shyness. This anxiety was especially triggered in unfamiliar situations. As a consequence of anxiety, parents with inhibited children displayed decreased extroversion, increased social avoidance, and shyness. The authors related that the occurrence of shyness in children was based on a diathesis, whereby behavioral inhibition was both genetic and environmentally triggered. While parents are not seen as the sole cause of a child's shyness, they are believed to establish conditions in which shyness is possible. Apart from the genetic impact, neurological factors also contribute to shyness. In a psychological study on personality, researchers examined brain reactivity to emotional stimuli and its impact on personality. This study was based on the Big Five factor personality traits, specifically extroversion and neuroticism. The study solely utilized women, as they were considered to be emotionally reactive when compared to men. Each of the 14 adult participants were asked to scan a series of 20 positive and 20 negative pictures and rate each on a scale of 1 through 9 in terms of arousal and emotional impact. While their brain activation patterns were monitored by functional magnetic resonance imaging, the authors highlighted that while participants scanned identical pictures, the emotional experiences were individualized. The emotional intensity of the response was a result of brain reactivity. The researchers concluded that specific areas of the brain were activated when participants were presented with either positive or negative stimuli. Overall, stronger brain activation to positive images was positively correlated with extroversion and localized to cortical and subcortical areas of the brain and amygdala. The authors found that as the neuroticism increased, extroversion decreased. In other words, 2 factors associated with shyness, increased neuroticism and decreased extroversion, occurred as a result of brain reactivity to emotional stimuli. The neuroticism factor is considered especially important because it is linked to feelings of anxiousness and apprehension. As a personality trait, neuroticism has been described as feeling lonely, even when in the presence of others, and feeling worried and tense without identifiable cause. Some research has shown that those with a high neuroticism may be more likely to react with fear, the emotion that maintains shyness. Cognitively, the specific fears or worries that reinforce shyness are related to how a person believes he or she is perceived by others. Neurologically, there appears to be higher brain reactivity in the left hemisphere of the temporal lobe in those who scored high in the neuroticism measures when presented with pictures that evoked negative emotions. The neurological contribution to shyness was further enhanced by a study which showed how shy and non-shy preschool students processed emotions differently. Overall, they found that shy children displayed significantly stronger EEG activity in the right central part of the brain while at rest when compared with non-shy children, and shy children showed the strongest EEG responses with clips that elicited fear. They perceived the video clips with negative emotions more intensely when compared to the non-shy children.